Group 46.
And you have 20. So go ahead and move in. And then you were Charles. And what was your name?
Divya.
Divya?
Yeah.
And I'm Laurel. Okay, cool. So, who wants to start?
I don't know you guys.
All right. I'm sorry. go ahead.
I put extra shirt and pants for each survivor.
Okay.
I thought that was like the most, at least for immediate survival, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
I actually ranked it really low, but I was going strategy-wise. If it's 11:30 a.m. and there's a place 20 miles away, you can
Oh,
make
then
it
you're kind of-
walking. So then I was
okay.
thinking, like, the first thing you need for 8 hours of walking would be food, right? So I think I put compass first, so we know which way to go, and then the 2 food things, so we'd have energy for to eat. I mean, to walk for like 8 hours. And then I put the shirt and pants later because I kind of figured I don't know how much shirt and pants are gonna do.
Unless, yeah, they get
Unless
stuck
you
in the
camp
snow or
out, yeah.
something.
But then I said we should put the big canvas up higher because then
Right.
you could, if you're gonna be sitting, extra
Should I do
layer
that
won't
too?
help
Plus,
more
if
than
they-
that.
Well, I feel like
Plus
an
they
extra
need
layer would at least
cover.
help them keep warm because it's still supposed to be pretty cold during the daytime.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
What is the steel wool? What do you, what
I
do
to
you
be
use it
honest,
for?
I
I'm
think you can
actually
use it
not
for
sure
flint.
like what. Okay, that's what I
You
thought.
can use it for flint, but then I was trying
That's
to
what
think
I
like
thought,
there's
but
a
I wasn't
cigarette
sure.
lighter and then the ball of steel wool
The
I think
cigarette
would be
lighter
able
doesn't have
to.
any fluid,
Yeah.
but,
But
like,
if
can
you
still,
just use
if
the
you-
flint of it, yeah.
Yeah, I thought the newspapers
So-
would aid in the fire.
Me
Maybe.
too. That's why I was
That's
like,
yeah, but then I was
fire,
thinking
but-
sneaky, like we could double duty on the newspaper where you stuff your clothes with newspaper for insulation. Then you don't need more clothes, and then later you can use it for your Kindle. I was literally like, I gotta just like, let's see, strategy.
And even the whiskey too. You could use that.
for like fire, yeah.
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 Although I put the whiskey kind of low because
Uh,
dehydration factor if
yeah.
you're tempted to like drink
Drink
it.
it.
Well, as far as
what's
survival.
what's the sectional air map made of plastic?
I have no idea.
Okay, I wasn't. I
That's,
thought it
I
was like
think,
a map of like you
of
know
the
the
air-
airspace or
Yeah,
something.
so
So I was
I
like,
just-
that's
That's
kind
what
of
I
I didn't really know what to do with it, so I
I
kind
thought
of
it
put it
was-
like
yeah.
third from the bottom.
I thought it was super
Depending on what it is, it could be very important or very
I'm not really
useless.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that we're all in agreement should stay low.
Yeah.
So this will be like bottom.
Yeah. I feel like we
Ew.
should group all the fire stuff together at least in terms of like the ranking because, I mean, I don't know. I felt like that.
Yeah, but not all
But
the
if
fire
you have-
things
Well, not
are as
necessarily, but,
important.
like-
What'd you guys do with the gun?
No, but I mean in terms of the list, like I feel like we should rank them in a like
Yeah.
you know right after one another.
Oh yeah.
For the gun, I put that like almost dead last.
Because I was trying to figure out.
Because they're in the
maybe
woods,
low,
and-
but like I figured.
I first put it all the way at the bottom, and then I was trying to think about the fire starting capabilities
Yeah,
of it,
and
right?
then I thought maybe it could start a fire
But if-
too, but
I said we could ditch it to the bottom if we're counting on the cigarette lighter and the steel
But you're in
wool.
you're in the woods.
well,
They didn't say wild
They
animals.
they didn't say well done, but they did it.
You're in the
You
woods
still,
in
you still
northern
have the, you have the
Minnesota.
hand axe. You have the hand axe.
See, I would put the hand X almost lower
Wow.
because they said I was
But
gonna
if
put
you're
it higher.
trying, to make shelter, then it might come in handy
That's true.
along with the
Okay,
canvas.
that's true, but
Because I was thinking there's already dead wood and twigs.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So for the fire,
there's
you
no
wouldn't
point in
exactly
that.
need much, like.
Okay. Well, shall we put? Are you guys down with compass first or no?
I
mean, it
like
depends on
that
strategy.
idea. Right. I'm just thinking.
The 2 strategies would be to wait it out for someone to see us by lighting a
Right.
smoky fire versus finding civilization on our own, right?
Right. I mean,
So whichever
I'm
way
just
we want to
thinking,
go.
just thinking about the directions. The
12,
12,
what did they say?
I mean-
The 20 mile like northwest.
or
Yeah.
well, I was looking at the things that are. It says rank them according to their importance to your survival. Like
Yeah.
the compass has very limited use,
In
and
terms of
unless you plan on
survival.
immediately
Because,
walking to.
I mean, I don't know, because
to
I was
the
thinking
town.
more.
Well, see, that would be my
immediate
strategy.
survival.
Right,
Yeah,
right, I
but,
understand
like,
that. In which case, the compass would be paramount.
Because I don't see any point in sitting
I mean, I put it pretty
with
high
one
up there,
for our
but I
chocolate
thought,
for
like,
days.
I don't know. I feel like if you don't know it's gonna happen, the compass is like not necessarily for, especially for immediate survival, but I don't know.
Alright, I figured that they might want to at least start a fire and create some shelter.
At 11 a.m.
What's the time?
Oh, well, it might
What
take
did
them all
I
day.
say it was? I was like, the start fire. Well, okay.
Well, I mean, let's decide on a strategy. So is the strategy to camp out or is the strategy to move?
That's true.
Right? So the strategy is to
Depending
move,
on
we're
the
going
strategy,
compass
it's
and we're
like-
piecing out and we're leaving stuff that we don't need. I mean,
Yeah.
then that stuff goes lower. If we're planning on camping out, then obviously a compass does nothing and it should go dead last. You know?
Right.
Wow.
So what would you guys do? I would move.
Well, if we're
but-
trying to get the right answers.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
right, there
Because
is a-
apparently
there
there
is
is
a
like a
correct
list or
order.
something. So I'm like, what survival method are they using?
Yeah,
I don't
seriously.
know. But well, I don't know. I personally probably want to move as soon as possible too. But,
Move
like,
too?
I
What do you
mean,
think?
I would, but like I don't know if like they're looking at it in terms of immediate survival because I think, especially in terms of because they're not wearing very good clothing for in terms of
Right.
winter in the like wilderness. So I
Right,
felt
I was
like
thinking if
I felt like
the-
they should at least immediately get some like
So
body
add the
heat
clothes?
going. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
minus
like
t-
the
yeah, it
clothes,
says
but, like-
minus 25 degrees. in
So
the
would we want to go
daytime.
extra shirt first
I think so.
and then add a compass and start moving?
Okay.
And then later plan, we're gonna have to
Have
light
some
a
stuff for
fire.
a fire, right?
Once-
Just in case we don't
if
make
we
it
settle
all the
down,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, probably,
What's gonna happen?
yeah. What's our idea with the weapons? Potential weapons? Do we want them in there and are we gonna treat them as weapons and they're wild animals or no?
They did
I think-
mention wild animals, but I feel like you don't you kind of have to be like it's
It's
the wilderness
in the-
area.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean-
So
There's-
which would we,
Bigfoot.
would we want both or would we wanna get rid of?
I don't know which one is useful in terms of because I feel like the hand axe has more uses like other than. I mean,
Right.
you still can start a fire too, but like. doesn't
Well, I
say
don't know
how
if we-
many,
yeah, that was
like,
just
it
kind of-
doesn't
We have
say
a
how
lot of
many
other things
bullets
to
are-
start a
yeah.
fire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
so
so many other things. that I felt
Pistol
like
at
that's
the
kind of-
bottom?
Yeah.
What about
I'm just hoping
what
there
about
are,
the
like, too
sectional
many
air map though?
super-
What are we gonna do with that? Because
Okay.
isn't that only a
I mean,
reason for
I'm just
flying?
saying like roughly bottom, we can rank the
Okay.
bottoms
Yeah, I
later.
know, yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So like get both of those like pretty much we're not interested, right? Okay. Let's look at, so plan is we put on extra layers, we start walking. We're gonna let the hand axe up there, but is it more important to start fire?
As far as getting to the next town, I don't know how beneficial the hand axe would be. It's not like it
I
would be
mean,
chopping through.
I don't know. I felt like if they mentioned that there were wild animals, then I would automatically kind of rank it higher. But
Yeah.
since they didn't, I feel like maybe
So it should
it's
go in, like,
not
kind of the
so
middle
much-
bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then, what do you guys think is next if we're putting on shirts, finding our direction, and then do we want food fuel first, or do we should bring like lighting, fire
Well,
materials,
if they're trying
or
to
the
get,
canvas?
if-
Canvas
if-
is still there.
right, if they're trying to get to the town, I don't know how important the food will be.
Well, I
Because
don't know.
just in general, you don't need
Well,
very much. I mean, you don't need
I
food
don't know.
to survive for very long.
That's
But that okay.
You need
I
water
can
more
see
so
that,
than
but,
food.
and they said there was like a ton of lakes and streams.
Right.
I just feel like they didn't say whether or not like they eaten
We
good
could
or
use our
not,
hand
and, like,
axe to catch fish.
That would actually be
That-
really hard.
That's our strategy.
It'd be easier with a spear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I guess you could use the ball of steel wool.
And do some weird like.
Okay, so then food lower than fire starting stuff?
I think so.
Okay, so what are the fire starting type things do we eat? Cigarette lighter or ball of steel wool? Because I'm trying to remember how to make fire.
I know, right? I'm
Where like
which
I think
way
you can
is it,
use
but, like,
the steel wool as kindling itself
Right.
to catch, right?
That's what I.
If you're rubbing sticks together onto it.
Yeah,
But then
I
a
thought it
cigarette
was-
lighter will have a flint itself,
So you
which
use
can
it to,
also
like,
use
strike-
to spark
Yeah.
like
right,
small
right.
kindling. So one or the other, or would we want both?
Well.
What about the whiskey? Can that be used to start fire?
It can be used. It's
Yeah.
not.
I mean, as
but
an
I-
accelerant,
Yeah.
or to keep keep it going or to
Yeah.
make it bigger
It
once the fire's already started?
can.
I don't know. I just like
100 proof, what's,
It's like very highly
that's
concentrated.
really high proof, yeah.
Uh,
Because it has to be at a certain proof to start. Well, we need a spark with it. So would we want to do cigarette lighter whiskey?
Or at least cigarette lighter newspaper.
Yeah.
okay. I mean, well,
So cigarette lighter, we're in agreement. Then should be like 3
Well, what's
or balls.
well, what's one and two?
Well,
1 and 2
the
would be
extra-
shirt and compass,
yeah, I thought
Right?
that was kind of what we were going
Okay,
with.
all right, right.
and then 3 would be. I mean the whatever fuel thing we're gonna go for, which would what be cigarette lighter or steel?
Yeah, I guess so.
Either? Does it matter?
You said cigarette lighter and steel wool? Is that
Yeah,
what you said?
those are the 2 that would have like spark making
I think-
abilities, right?
Yeah, I think the cigarette lighter, 'cause
More so? Okay.
right, because without the cigarette
Okay.
lighter, you're pretty much out of luck for
Yeah.
as far as fire.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
3 for the cigarette lighter. So then do we want to count on the whiskey lighting on the like, as the fluid? Or should we
Well, I
put
know,
that lower?
I know they said there were like dead stuff and twigs in the
Right.
area, so
Yeah,
I felt like
yeah.
we could
right,
fix
chemistry
some
isn't
with
my
this
thing.
or whatever,
so.
but that's just like
Yeah.
more for
I'm
that's
not-
only for like camping out, I think. But since we're planning on moving
Okay.
pretty fast, I guess.
So then,
What about the canvas?
Okay,
I
yeah,
thought
I
if
was
they,
actually-
I think
if
that
they would want to make a tent. Or
Yeah, I was thinking-
and I thought to insulate themselves against the snow, which is like either ankle deep or like knee deep, right?
Right.
yeah, I put it pretty high.
Yeah.
Like once
Same
once
here.
you get started. So, okay, so should we put that 4?
Right,
We all
because
like
if
it
you,
up there.
Yeah.
Because if you once you stop, you want canvas.
right,
Yeah.
and
And even while you're going, you might want the canvas.
right, and if they're gonna walk 20 miles in the
They're gonna
blistering
get wet.
cold,
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like
it-
they're gonna.
I think it would take all day. So
Yeah.
by the time
They even got close. They
right,
would need
Yeah.
to make
right,
shelter.
right, it might
and
be
stuff, yeah.
right, it might be minus 40
Okay.
before they even get to their destination. So
Then what? So 4. So now we have. We can ignore these 2 for now. Okay. So after that, are we looking at? Did we want the whiskey in there or no?
Yeah, are we gonna put like
Um,
more fire stuff afterwards?
Or
Is there still,
newspaper
like,
hand
the
axe?
ball-
Hand axe is
I
still in
mean,
there.
I
Yeah.
think the hand axe would be a useful
Next.
tool.
5-ish? Or no?
5 for the hand axe.
Yeah.
Um,
Or is
Are
there something
there-
you want to put above it?
Well, I was thinking the other fire making things because
Balls do
because
more.
the lighter by itself probably won't do very much.
That's
so
true.
we need something to light on fire, or
Steel
something to
wool?
help in the fire making. So I was thinking either the steel wool, the newspaper, or the newspapers.
Let's go steel wool if that's okay, because newspaper, I'm sure there'd be like twigs and things that could also be used for kindling.
Yeah.
Even though newspaper
And
obviously
steel
lights
wool-
easier.
Um,
Steel wool is good. I'm 90% sure it's good as kindling. But do you guys have a preference between those 2?
Not really.
I think it might be easier to start a fire with the newspaper.
Sounds
It's
good.
just
Newspaper?
because it's just paper. And,
Okay.
I think with the steel wool and the flint, you need to go at it for a little while. I believe.
What would you be going at with the cigarette lighter though?
I'm sorry. What?
How would you light newspaper with a
Oh.
cigarette lighter? I guess.
Mhm.
Without
Yes,
fluid.
well, it still gives a spark, doesn't it?
I don't know if the spark's gonna light newspaper.
Well, it's like we need something.
Okay,
to
so then put the okay,
That's why
okay. So then that's where
because
the.
I think that's where the air comes in with the kindling.
What if you put the
Whiskey
alcohol?
and hope it
Yeah, on
works?
like on the newspaper, or like soak it in it, and then
Okay.
won't it become flammable?
Yeah.
But
Okay. So do we
how-
want that 5?
Okay, so should the whiskey
Whiskey
be higher
five,
than the newspaper?
Newspaper 6. Yeah.
Whiskey 5, newspaper 6.
Mhm. Does that work?
Okay.
Or no?
Well, no, that works because we need both. And then I guess then that would bump the steel wool, like that would make it more
Down.
irrelevant.
Yeah. Okay. So now number 7, do we want to? Number 7 is either going to be like can of shortening chocolate type thing. So 7 food, or do we want 7 hand axe, or do we want 7? Yeah, I guess that's the options, right?
Well, between the 2 food items,
Mhm.
I'd probably say shortening, like, isn't that like
Pure fat.
Or,
Isn't it?
oh, wait, what?
Fat.
Yeah, it's like short.
Oh, I was thinking like shortening bread.
Mm.
Well, I
Guess I'm
mean,
not eating that anymore.
well, I don't know. In terms of energy, this is probably only good for short term anyway, right? Like,
So then, in which case we
or
would,
at least the.
in which case we'd need the chocolate bar more.
Well, the chocolate bar is actually, like, I think they're both actually fast energy, but
I
I'm
think
not
the
sure about the
shortening-
fat.
I would go shortening.
Yeah.
Why?
When you think about people surviving in the wilderness, they're gonna
They're
eat
gonna eat
they're
fat,
gonna eat
right?
like a liver. They're not gonna go eat fruit. Carbs versus fats. Fats burn longer. Carbs
That's true.
give you a sugar crash. That's my mentality.
Right,
What is, like-
but if they're just trying to make it to the town,
What is
What is-
pure
yeah,
shortening, like,
yeah.
exactly?
Like Crisco.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not attractive.
That didn't
It's
sound
not gonna
fun to
taste
eat.
good.
Okay.
I mean, for a survival strategy, I would go for the shortening, but I don't really care either way. If you guys want to go chocolate, that's fine. I'm just picturing, sugar crashes where you eat a chocolate bar and an hour later
Right.
you're dead. Versus if you
So,
You know,
a chocolate bar
I mean-
would be the smartest
Okay,
idea.
well,
If-
in terms of prolonging their survival, if
Yeah.
you guys say shortening,
eat, yeah.
and if you're sure about it,
I mean, it's pure fat, and fat I think is better. It's longer burning fuel than carbs.
so then do we want to make that 7? We still have the hand axe on the board.
Yeah. Do we want hand axe 8?
So you guys have like a few minutes.
Okay. We're almost done.
Yeah.
Hand axe 8 then. Anything you'd want above it?
What else is there?
We've got steel wool, pistol, plastic, and chocolate.
I think the
So hand
plastic
axe.
is at the bottom. But
So hand axe 8.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I mean, is there any of those that you want above it?
Um,
Steel wool, pistol, plastic, or chocolate?
no.
No?
I
Okay.
mean, we already have enough fire stuff. I
Yeah.
feel like.
Okay, so now number 9. Do we want number 9 steel wool?
I think number 9
Chocolate.
should be the steel wool,
Okay.
because we already took care of food
Yeah.
with the shortening.
So now we have 10, 11, 12, pistol, plastic, chocolate.
Okay. I feel like
So-
the plastic thing could be just at the bottom. I mean, in terms
Yeah, I
of
don't
like
understand
how much
what
is
it-
how much is plastic? Like does
And none
will
of us
actual
even
material
are really
plastic
clear
help?
what it is,
Yeah.
so that's going
So
12.
I feel like it should be the bottom.
Okay.
Just because I feel like it might be like airspace, and if they're not flying a plane, what's the point?
Yeah.
So,
So that's 12. So then we got pistol, chocolate. What would we prefer?
um,
I rank them equally, so I don't really care.
yeah, I really am just
Chocolate, pistol.
Well, this is kind of like
I mean,
pistols, an
let's
extra
see.
weapon, just
I
in
guess-
case, I guess.
I want to know the meanings behind these
Like,
rankings.
I
Are we like
know,
ditching
right?
things as we go?
I
From
know.
the
I don't-
bottom of the list.
I don't
Like, I
think
mean,
it's-
because how many survival, like, how many ways
Can
can
we
we
blow
use
the
these
pistol
materials
once we
to
use
survive?
it?
Like,
How many
An
bullets
animal?
does it?
I know, right? It doesn't
There's
say
like
how many
one
bullets
shot.
it has.
Okay, what
I
do we
mean,
think?
Just like, if it's one, then.
10, what do we have? 11,
but,
10, 11?
Well, I don't think,
Yeah.
I don't think that food should be,
No more food?
no, I'm the opposite. I don't think food should be very low. Like, I don't
Okay, so then that'll be
well,
10? And pistol, 11?
sure. Okay, I guess I should actually, like, write these down
Yeah.
on the lines now.
Does that look good?
Well, is that what we want? So we say that the most important thing is more clothing for everyone.
I
Mhm.
don't know. I just think
And
it's
then-
kind of the first thing to do, just in case. since
Right.
it's super
Yeah,
cold,
more
you know.
clothes,
And
direction,
then yeah, definitely. Since
Fuel
we're planning on
source.
moving and
shelter source. That's our top 4.
long-term food after that, right? And then
What would we want to move?
yeah,
Nothing. I mean, I was just saying. I was just thinking.
And we can shift it around. I don't
You
care.
know, I mean, It makes sense, I guess, depending on, depending on our strategy, if we wanna, start moving first. Like if we didn't start, going to the other town, then the canvas should even go higher, because then our
But what-
priority would be shelter.
What is our strategy?
You said